Welcome, everyone. I see you all in the space today. Thank you for being here. Today, you're always guided. Funny thing that. How do you know you're always guided? Because you can feel it. You can sense it. You hear, do this, do that. Perhaps you should do this. And what do? We brush it off. Oh, that's just myself. But who else will it be? George. It can't be George. It has to be you. And you will always know. Because again, it always causes you to reach higher. Key word being reach. It causes you to reach higher. Whether it would be a new idea. You see, perhaps if we get the understanding that meditation is listening to yourself. What is that still small voice saying to you? Because there's so much chatter on the outside. But that still small voice, when it whispers your name and says, turn this on, turn that off, do this, do that, perhaps we should listen. You see, we tend to make things a lot more challenging than they need to be. What do plants do? What do plants do? If you close all the windows, right, and you just have something going on, whether it would be a sound, plants do what naturally? They reach for it naturally. How do they know what to do? Same way we know what to do. But you see, the plant doesn't judge it, doesn't beat itself up. It just allows itself to go in that direction. We are the same. We are the same. So today, be encouraged to know that you're not here and, thrown out into the deep end here, fend for yourself. No, you have the laws. And the minute you turn your attention towards the law, many things begin to unfold and happen in your life. They do. No struggle required. None. Simply observe everything that's going on around you and you'll come to that conclusion yourself. Just simply follow that inner guidance that you're always given. That's why I tell you, even before you know the law, you know it. Even before you know the law, you know it. Because it is always there and it is always guiding. This is what it does. But you see, we've been taught to think that, well, things are hard. Oh, you gotta struggle. I tell you, it is simpler than we think it is. It is far simpler than we think it is. So allow yourself to feel the guidance that you are given. We have the 5 senses plus, intuition. We have those 5 senses. And if we would but just allow them to work the way they should, nobody has to tell them how to work. They know how to work. But we try and suppress them sometimes. Oh, I don't know if that's real. I don't know. Well, perhaps if you did it, what you were guided to do, then we wouldn't have to fuss about it. Nothing else fusses except for us humans. Questioning ourselves, doubting ourselves. But we were taught to do that, weren't we? So be encouraged today to take it easy and simply allow yourself to be like the plant and be drawn by way of that inner guidance. You will know exactly what to do. Well, Angela, I don't know for sure. What if I'm wrong? Well, you won't know till you listen. And as I say, You're always guided to do the highest, the greatest good. That's what you're always driven to do. That's your natural state of being, greatest and highest. Right? It's just natural. That is what it is. It happens that simply. So the next time you hear the still small voice and you hear it tell you to do, go here. Call this person. Answer this call. Do as you are instructed. You trust me. You have it in you. When you listen, you are always guided to the highest, which means you're never guided to hurt yourself or hurt others. You're not. So get past that folly. You're guided to the greatest and highest every time. So begin to listen to the still small voice within you and simply follow the guidance that you are given. You know, people say, well, I just knew what to do. Because they're listening. They're feeling, they're sensing. That's what this body is for. It's like the fronds on a fern. It's tuned into something. And if we would but allow ourselves to simply listen to it. Oh, but they said I should do this. They said I should do that. Who's they? Your intuition will guide you. And I say that this morning because, well, experience. You're always guided. And if you don't have a bestie who's really intuitive, use the law and find you one. Perhaps you are that bestie who's intuitive. And you sit there and you're always left with your mouth hanging open. When you listen to them, you're like, oh, how did you know? Because they listen. They listen. And they follow through with what they've heard. Today, it could be about anything that you're being guided. It could be about anything. Are you listening? You don't just have ears. What is your largest organ? The skin. You sense more than you do. So begin to listen to that inner guidance. Well, that just means you're going to have spent time learning what it sounds like, what it feels like to you, so that when you hear it, you're like, oh, I know who that is. You know, your own ringtone. That's what happens. But we think meditation is this big convoluted thing when in actuality, you're just honing in to yourself. To that inner guidance is what you're doing. Take some time to do that so you can get a sense of who you are. So that when you hear, go here, do this, call them, eat this, don't touch that. When you get that sense, you will know exactly what to do. You will obey it. Instead of second guessing yourself. This is something, if you do it, keep doing it. If you haven't started, well, no time like the present. Listen to your inner guidance. Feel it. This is why you are in a body right now. We have to use all senses available to us. How does everything else know what to do and we don't? You see, the ability to think is the strength and sometimes can be the weakness because we overthink. What are you going to do? Spend some time in quiet. because we're always doing, going, on the move. But if we take that time to simply rest in that silent space, to listen, you are listening, as I said, for your own special ringtone. You are the one who hears it. You have a special ringtone. That is your inner self. And when it speaks, it will speak the same way every time. Why? Because consistency brings what? Peace of mind. You can rely upon it. So it's not going to do it this way and then that way, and then, because then you'll be confused. And if you notice, confusion may come from the outside. You know, all these other things that bombard us. But that still small voice within always will be clear to you. You just got to know what it sounds like, what it feels like. Well, how do I know? Set your timer on your phone or your watch. Every day, same time. Spend some time just being there in that silent space. You don't have to do anything, just sit there and hush. And allow it to emerge. You don't have to go rummaging through anything. It is that simple. It is that simple. I promise. Well, how can I be so sure? Well, if you've seen some of the things my bestie and I have seen in the past couple of days, you'd understand. So this morning, your encouragement is simply trust and know that you are always guided. And you're always guided in the right direction. You certainly are. You will get that sense of peace when you do it. Why? As within, so without. The confirmation. You will get it. So today we do away with the unnecessary fretting. Fretting is not required. You don't see anything else fretting. Just because they know. But we also know. We also know. And that's why if we take that time to be quiet, to be still, we will learn our ringtone. And every time. And here's the beautiful thing about it. When you start doing it, that's where you'll want to stay. And you'll live your life from there, the inside out. Yeah, but I don't know, Angela. What if there's no what if? You won't know until you practice. We've heard this saying, right? Everything you need is within you. You think people just say that because they can? No. It is said because it is true. Everything you require is within you. After all, you just go buy the seed and plant it because everything required is within the seed. You're no different from that seed. I'm no different from that seed. Everything we require is within us. And all we get to do is listen. Listen with an attentive ear. Because then you'll know and you'll turn yourself towards whatever you need to do. But I'm scared, Angela. Aren't we all? But there comes a point in our lives when we recognize that, fear is irrational. And it is never there to begin with. It was put there from the outside. Your natural state of being is inner peace. That is your natural state. because that's what the law does. So what are you going to do today? Every opportunity that you can get, take your time and rest in that still, quiet place so you can hear that little itty bitty voice. It'll always make you feel the same way. If you've been practicing, you will notice what the body feels like. And you'll notice that if you say, you know what, let's just relax right here, your body will begin to relax. Because you spent this past little while calling up a sensation to feel in your body, have you not? I trust you've been practicing. Because now that's what makes it easier. Because is it not natural to do that? What I'm telling you today is these things are natural for us to do. But we push against them because we think it's easy. It's too easy. And because of that mentality, oh, that's just too easy. That can't be right. We cause ourselves to struggle unnaturally. That's what we do. Take your time today. Take your time today. And just rest in that quiet space. They have so many tools now to help you if you struggle with quietness. Noise canceling headphones, blackout curtains. There are many tools that can assist. But just practice. It's called the ebb state. Rest in the ebb. And the flow comes naturally. Take your time with it today and practice. Let's take a moment to welcome everyone into the space today. Cuddles, you are awake early. You must have been walking the dog in this cold. Jeff, Tiffany, and Javion, Shay, Butter, Queen Marat, right here in the Twitter sphere. I see you all. I see you all. Thanks for being here. Fanbase, Summer Rose, Malik, Zola, Matthias, Miss McQueen, Yolanda, My Melanin, De Essence, Miss Ravioli, and Cher. I see you here in this beautiful fan base space. YouTube, what's going on? A-Not, Beauty Queen Onika, Lovely Supreme Rico, Ms. M, The Better Man. I don't see my Sonia or Sinovia, Empress Ella, Tracy. They must have gotten an earlier start on the day. Anyhow, thank you all for being here on such a lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. It is a glorious day today. Take your time to rest in that quiet space and allow your inner guidance to show you the way. And when you follow through with that listening, when you follow through with it, you will feel a sense of what? Not only inner peace, but accomplishment. You will. You won't be able to help yourself. It will be just the natural response of your body. You see? Take that time. See how calm your body feels right now? Good. Rest in that. See how long you can sustain that. It feels nice. No hurry, no rush. You're just at ease. And it is within that space you will begin to recognize that still small voice, because we haven't touched on that in a while. The still small voice. It will cause you to reach in the direction that you should be going in. That's what it is. Naturally, we do it. But we suppress that urge out of inner conflict. I don't know. What if I'm wrong? Nobody else has done it this way. Oh, because we living for other people now. No. Take a moment out of your day, because you're actually naturally being guided to do that anyway. You know how sometimes you just feel like, oh, I should just take a break, just take a breather. That's your cue to do it, because that is your inner guidance. That's all I'll tell you today. Nothing more need be said, really. Simply follow the directive that you're being given, and you will find yourself doing what comes with ease and what comes naturally, without fuss or fanfare. And then you'll stop and say, oh, that was easy. Because it is meant to be easy. It is. But what do you hear all the time? Oh, if you don't struggle, easy come, easy go. We hear those things all the time. We hear those things all the time. But you put that seed, you don't even have to put it in soil, a wet paper towel, and what does it do? Sprout. So if you put yourself in the same position, not a wet paper towel, but in quiet, you will sprout too. Oh, you sure will. How do you know for sure, Angela? Look around you and watch the law as it works, and watch how everything flows with ease in it. You and I are also governed by those same laws, those same principles. So if everything happens with ease, that means you and I also happen with ease. But you know, I heard it through the grapevine that, oh, you gotta fight and claw your way. No, you don't. Take a moment and follow the guidance, because it is law. It is law. And when you follow that inner guidance, you'll clutch your pearls and go, oh my God, it was that easy? Really? Let me do it again just to make sure. And you do it again and it's still just as easy. And you're like, no, it can't be. And so you do it again. And then you realize it is that easy. So today, be encouraged to know that you are always being guided. You are always being guided towards your greatest and highest good, all day, every day, because that is the nature of the law. That is how it works. That's just how it works. So what are you waiting for? There'll be no big bang to help you out. It's just simply the quiet. That's what it is. And the more you do it, the more in awe you become at its simplicity. And you begin to live, truly live and thrive. That's your side effect. From what? Being in the presence of the all and the law. That's I can't say any more than that. Well, I'm sure I could, but you get the gist of it. We've spent so long thinking that we have to fight. We spend so much time doing that. Instead of just sitting there and listening, you will know what to do. You will. That's what I'll leave you with this morning. Oh, lovely Supreme Rico. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding. I just opened my eyes to see it because it's bright. But do you understand me today? Do you feel me today? Whether you are young, young-ish, doesn't matter. Take your time and simply listen. And you will get a sense of what to do. You are listening to the still small voice within yourself. If we spent more time with that, we would find that we don't have to rush. Like Confucius says, nature never rushes, yet everything is done. Because she knows what to do. You know what to do also. Dies, tidbits, Emanon. I trust it made sense to you today and that you will be encouraged to just sit there. But wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't people think I'm crazy? Do you want that guidance or not? It is right there. You just hush. And you'll hear it loud and clear. Because it's funny, right? It's the quietest voice, yet the loudest. It's the quietest voice that you hear in your head, but it's the loudest. How? Because it doesn't just speak. You feel it throughout your entire body. Whereas noise just really bombards the ears. But when the still small voice speaks to you, it permeates every fiber of your being. Every facet. From the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Inside, all the way out, is what it does. So this morning, take a moment. Take a moment right here with me. And simply, now if you're driving, clearly, that is not for you. Not right now. Perhaps when you pull over and you park. Just simply inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And allow a sensation of calm to ripple through your body. Just let it happen. A sensation of calm to ripple through your body. It does feel nice if you sense it right away. If you don't, that's okay, take your time. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. That's it. And just allow yourself to rest right there in that sensation. Good. See how many times you can do that throughout the day to call up that sensation of calm. That's it. here at school. Nice. I trust it makes sense for you today. Allow yourself to simply do it. There's no technique, just do it. And I will be excited to hear what you have to say. I didn't see LC this morning. I'll be excited to hear what you have to say about that still small voice. I'm excited for you, what you'll discover. Anyhow, I will leave you with that today. Rest in that quiet place. Rest in that quiet place. And simply allow the still small voice to guide you. Because it comes naturally. You don't have to figure it out. It's part of your being. Indeed it is. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3. KZ and JC, I see you. Miss Ravioli, I see you. Meep, I see you too. Tracy, hello. 2, 1. Much love to you all. Twitter, I love you. I will see you soon. Twitter is closed. Fanbase, I see you all as well. Remember, take your time to get into that still quiet place. And the things that you think you've been trying to figure out will just simply emerge for you. Live by way of law. It is that simple. Because if you think about it, as I said, we walk around and we know the law, right? But we don't know it. It's obvious, but we don't know it. But if you take your time and rest in that quiet place, you'll come to the understanding of many things. Oh, but I can't sit still. You can't. We sit still at the movies. We sit still to eat. We lay still to sleep. You can sit still for 5 minutes. 10 minutes even. Anywho, fan base. Philosophy, I see you. Thank you all for being here, fan base. I love you. Fan base is closed. YouTube, it's just us. Hey, David. I trust again that you will practice. Just practice. I don't know if you can feel it. I know I do. It's just one of these, I don't know what it is, but there's a sense of peace and a sense of calm. And I want to revel in it. I want to bask in it. That's why I wanted to encourage you to do the same. Thank you, Ms. M. Oh, I can get in the chat too with my iPad. You know, take that time. I I know it feels like I'm stressing it to you, but there's a reason. When you do that, you begin to see clearly. You really truly do begin to see clearly. And things that have always been around us and we've taken them for granted, the light somehow goes on. Funny the way you say that. Oh, the light goes on. Why? Light is rather significant. That's a common thing we say. Oh my God, the light just went on for me. That's why the idea always shows as a light bulb above the head. The light went on. Did the light go on, or did you just become aware that the light is always on? Oh, the better man. You were listening to that replay for Lance Scurv? Well, well. Thank you. Be sure and leave a comment and let me know if you have any questions. The light is always on. But it's just, we take it for granted because we've seen it all the time. We're like, it just fades into the background. You know, you hear things all the time. But then you're like, hear it again for the first time. Isn't that a commercial? Taste it again for the first time. Yeah. That's what's happening. But you'll come to those understandings the more time you spend in that quiet place. You'll begin to see the light. You'll begin to see it. Like really, truly. And it will move you. And it moves you naturally in the direction you're supposed to be going in. That's what intuition is. Anyway, I leave you with that. Queen Marat, I see you. I see you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I shall respond to you, and we'll get her done. And I'm eager to hear your discoveries, what you've come across. Keep me posted. All right, everybody. Much love. Go forth and remember to spend that time